Welcome back, everybody. We've got more fantastic filmmakers here at the Utah International Film Festival that I'm going to be chatting with. And Tonya, you are at the top of my list. You've got two different projects here. You know how hard it is to get two projects in this festival?
Oh, that's amazing to hear.
Like top 5 to 1.5%.
I've been so excited. It's such an honor to be here.
Wonderful. Now, From the Dust and The Stakeout.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start off with From the Dust. Tell me what it's about.
So From the Dust is a short documentary film. It's about a woman that I know who found out some sad and horrible things about her husband. He essentially had a whole double life, a whole secret life where he had another family.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was really devastating to her, as you can imagine. But the film is about how she heals from that and that healing journey that she goes through.
Well, that's wonderful. We were just talking about this a little bit off air. I was like, I don't know how in the world a guy can have a double life. I was like, my wife's got me on LoJack, you know?
Right.
She just goes up on Life 360 and she's like saying, if you're not at work, why are you eating at Burger King right now? Yeah. So she knows if I even sneak away for a minute to get lunch. So
yes,
she must not have LoJacked her husband at the moment.
She didn't know. And obviously he was telling her a lot of lies and things, which we go through in the film. But
man,
it's a tough thing.
It sounds really heavy. Now we have The Stakeout, which kind of feels like it should go hand in hand with From the Dust.
Okay, it's totally different.
It is. But what is The Stakeout all about?
The Stakeout is a short narrative film, and it is about a woman who is staking out somebody, stalking them, kind of essentially, watching them, following them. You wonder, is she going to keep her distance? Is she going to do something against this person? And eventually you find out the reasons behind why she's doing this.
Okay, we have two very different genres.
Yes.
We're in a documentary space.
Yes.
We're in a narrative space. You are having to there's two different processes that have to happen to tell these stories, right? Narrative, you do that beforehand. Documentary, it's after you get the footage.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how you approach both of these projects.
So, yeah, you're right. They are totally different. I started with the narrative piece, and I was working on that one first. And actually, it is my first foray into the narrative and scripted world. I come from a journalism background, kind of a documentary background, where I have worked on unscripted TV shows for a long time. So this is my first time doing the scripted world, and I loved it. I was a little nervous going into it, as your first time.
Makes sense.
But my actors were my mom and my sister, which helped put me at ease and make
they were probably pretty affordable that way.
They were.
Did they work off their card? That's the question. They work off their SAG card. That's important.
My sister is a wonderful actress who lived in Los Angeles and has moved back to Utah now. And my mom is a former actress who doesn't do it much anymore, but I was able to talk them both into it. But it's interesting working with your family. I will tell you that.
Yes,
directing your family. My sister likes to tell me that I never asked her to be in my film. I just told her that she was going to be in it, which I probably did.
There you go.
Yeah, I admit it. I probably did that. And they like to tell me in post as I was, picking my shots, oh, I don't like that shot of myself. You have to change it. So it was a mix of them not really wanting me to tell them what to do, especially with my younger sister. She didn't want me bossing her around, but she was great. And it ended up being perfect. It was wonderful.
Oh, excellent. And now, so this was your narrative one, Rose Stakeout. And it's such a different tone with From the Dust, though.
Yeah.
So the From the Dust came later.
Yeah, so From the Dust came afterwards. And that one, I believe I started with the interviewed my subject, and we did that. And no, actually, we started with some of the video. So we shot her at a pottery studio, which was part of her healing process. She really healed through the arts. And so we shot her there and then did the interview. And then I had to go back and do recreations and get photos and things like that. So as you say, you do a lot of that work in post. But man, it was fun to do both of them and see the different processes and go through that. It was a really cool experience.
Now, this is about the time of the interview where we say, well, which one do you like more?
Oh, wow.
But instead of making you kill your darlings,
yes, I can't do it.
I'm going to ask a different kind of a question. What is it that you found in each of the processes of making either the documentary or the narrative that you think will help you be a better storyteller on the flip side of each?
Oh, what a great question. Okay, I have to think through each one. So, with the documentary, I think I learned when you're dealing with somebody who has been through a lot, you don't want to re-traumatize them again. And she was always very open about talking about her story, and she actually helped me do some recreation shots herself. I used other actors as well, but she helped me do some of them, and we were laughing the whole time and having fun. And later she told me I wasn't expecting that, but it still triggered me a little bit. So I think I probably wouldn't do that again. I learned that you got to be really careful. Obviously, I don't want to re-traumatize somebody again through things they'd already been through.
Yeah.
So I learned that by experience, doing things the other way. And on the narrative film, I think I learned just a little bit about directing actors, and it was great working with my family in that way to kind of help me take that first step. But it also helped me learn, like, I probably fell into patterns of family patterns with them. So I think I would be a little bit more patient the next time, a little bit more. Not as curt when I'm dealing with family, like, hey, this is not working. Yes. Yeah. So it was good to do that, but it also kind of gave me an introduction into how to do it a little bit better the next time.
Those are good takeaways. Those are really good takeaways. Now, when you're looking at making the next, I'm just going to go with narrative.
Okay.
Because I have to pick one.
Yes.
You are using your family members, and that's kind of where I think a lot of filmmakers start. They use with the resources they have available to them.
Yeah.
Right. First, are you planning to do another narrative?
I don't have one in the works right now, but I would like to in the future.
Right.
Yes.
So moving forward, when you do in the future, do you intend to still use the family, or are you looking to, do the casting part where you're doing auditions and those things?
Yeah. I think I would like to get to that place for sure.
Okay.
It seems overwhelming and daunting.
Yeah.
It really does, to be honest, when you're starting out. I'm fortunate that I know some great actors that are in the area. So I think my next step would maybe be actors that aren't my family that I maybe know. Who do they know? Sure. So and then I actually would like to do casting. I've gone to a lot of the panels and workshops here at the festival, seen some amazing actors doing different things. So already my network is expanding and growing, and so maybe that's not the case. Maybe I will do audition.
Maybe. Speaking of, today, if the video is going up today, hopefully today's Wednesday Thursday. Oh my goodness!
I know, it's crazy.
They stopped sleeping on Tuesday, so it's been great. But we have a casting secrets panel later on today.
Yes, I'm signed up for it.
I'm so glad you did, because we've got TMG coming in and McCarty, the two biggest agencies in the state, and Jeff Johnson, who casts all the big shows from High School Musical to Yellowstone to anytime a big studio comes in, Jeff's got that piece. And they're very open with the process. And more importantly, you're going to have a lot of actors there.
I love it.
And so you're going to say, oh, I see that person there. I got to have them in my next movie.
Yes, I've already been thinking this. I've seen people. Yep, I see how it works.
That's the whole process, and that's what I like. So, which really helps me pivot into that next question. As somebody who's got their foot in both the documentary space and the narrative space, which is really rare here, what are you trying to get out? What would be successful for you with this being at the film festival this year? What are your wins you're looking to get? The personal wins you're trying to get from here?
Oh gosh. I think several of them. I think already going to some of these panels and workshops, it opens your eyes to thinking about things a different way, or things you could do in the future. It gives you that inspiration a little bit that you can do this and you can move forward. And hey, the next time I'm going to do it this way, and next time I can take this step. So you get to do a little bit more each time. And also it's just exciting and nerve-wracking to have people see your films, people outside of your family, people that don't know you. And so it's just exciting to get feedback from people on your projects, to connect with other filmmakers and hear about their process. And so I think all of that are the things that I'm already taking away from the festival.
I love it. That's exact. The guy in my position here, I want to make sure that when somebody comes to the Utah International Film Festival, at least, that we're meeting their expectations, that we want to make sure that we really want to cater to those who are coming to and playing with us and sharing your talents. So thank you for sharing your talents with us.
You're sharing them.
And now we are going to talk. I am going to make to the obligatory. I'm going to make it obligatory. Obligatory. I knew the word. I got it out. I feel good about myself. All right. The obligatory question of what is the next thing for you? Whether it's documentary, whether it's writing, whether it's whatever. What is the next thing for you?
So I just got hired to work on an HGTV show. So I am going to go back into the unscripted TV world.
How cool is that?
Yes, it actually happened yesterday. So I'm very excited about it. It was actually one of my goals was to work on an HGTV show. I've been wanting to do it.
Wonderful.
For a couple of years. And so I'm just thrilled. So I'm going to be working as an associate producer on an HGTV show.
This is the one that's happening up in Salt Lake?
It is through Salt Lake and Park City.
I heard of it.
I wrecked my house.
I love it.
Yes. So the host, Jasmine Roth, is helping people who've tried to do renovations on their home and made a mess of it.
It sounds like my house. Sorry, sweetheart. I tried. I really tried. I thought I could do the plumbing.
Sign up to be on the show, Warren.
I need new plumbing done, apparently, in my house. All right, after that, what's the name of the show again?
Help, I wrecked my house.
All right.
So I'm starting that next month.
Tonya, help, I wrecked my house. Help me out.
So after that, you never know, I might start doing my own projects again.
I love it. I love it. I want you to keep sharing your journey with us. I want to keep following what's happening in your path. I need to see you here every year so I can get that update.
Thank you. I would love that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Guys, we got more great filmmakers on these wonderful journeys that we're going to be able to share with them. And if you want to share with Tonya and the other filmmakers that are coming through, then you kind of just keep on watching.